Hey, Calvary Baptist, it's Caleb. We've been talking about spiritual leadership because it's times like this when spiritual leadership in the home and in our personal lives is felt the most. You have opportunities all around you to influence others toward following Jesus. And I know that you are going to make a difference in someone else's life. The concept of spiritual leadership can be a bit intimidating. And so, to cut through misconceptions and idealistic notions of what spiritual leadership is all about, we're boiling it down to 3 words: dedication, faithfulness, and service. We looked at the first 2 last time, and so today I want you to see that Jesus said that service is the defining characteristic of spiritual leadership. Listen to the good word for today from Matthew chapter 25, Matthew 20, verses 25 through 28. Listen to what Jesus says. You know that the rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. It shall not be so among you, but whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be your slave. Even as the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Spiritual leadership is defined by service. Husbands and fathers, this means that when you come home after a long day on the job, it's time to go to work. If you want to be the spiritual leader of your home, and you think leadership means being the boss, then you are mistaken. Spiritual leadership is all about putting others first. Jesus came to serve and to give his life, and he calls you to do the same. And if you will, then your leadership will have great influence. A service mentality means that you're always thinking of others. This means that even in little choices, we should have an eye out for others, what they need, and what makes them comfortable. Let me give you an example. Way back when we used to actually meet for Sunday school, I taught the teens, and I would encourage the teenagers during class to leave the back row of class empty. I would say, even where you choose to sit can be a way of serving others. Leaving the back row empty is a way of showing love. Inevitably, someone is going to come to class late. Have you ever come to class or a meeting late and the only seats left were way at the front and you had to walk past everyone? Now, you may be bold and just don't mind, but for a lot of people, that would be very embarrassing. Leaving the back row empty allows them to slip in without a show. Think about your own daily habits and how they affect others. Are you putting yourself first, or are you putting others above yourself? A small mental shift can make a world of difference. Jesus is the example. If you have the mind of Christ and you take the initiative for your family, then your influence will lead others to follow him. As we wrap up, let me remind you of a great way that you can show others that you're thinking of them. Just simply give them a call. If you've been participating in the Call the Next 2 campaign, then you've reached out to 18 different people since we started. How cool is that? I want to encourage you to keep up the good work. If you haven't joined in yet, it's not too late to start. Just get out your church directory, find your name, and call the next 2 people on the list. Every day, just call the next 2, and you have a simple way to serve others and brighten someone else's day. As your pastor, I want to say how proud I am of you. I love you, and we at the office are here to serve you. We are so looking forward to when we'll be able to gather together again. In the meantime, be sure to come back for our services Sunday mornings at 10:30 and each Wednesday at 7 p.m. Remember, stay connected, stay healthy. I'm praying for you.